Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the PowerPoint Sherpa. I'm going to show you how to use a PowerPoint to create a wonderful presentation utilizing typography, animation, and photography. First, I wanted to show an example of a website that is really useful to use when trying to find stock photography. Here I have an example is a website called Unsplash. Unsplash.com utilizes high-res, free images that you can use for your future PowerPoint presentations. I'm going to start off by selecting an image that is easy to use, high resolution so I can crop, and has a lot of colors and some nice details. So first you download the image. Make sure you put it in the right folder for your PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to take you back to your PowerPoint. Once you have that open, we're going to go into the Insert, Pictures, and select the image that you downloaded from the Unsplash website. As you can see, the image is placed in the center of your slide here. Sometimes people want to have their image that fills up the entire screen. One way we can do that is to either blow up the image and make sure we can crop it, and usually if you have your snap on, it will snap to the edges of the PowerPoint presentation. Another way you can actually do this is a pretty nifty way, and that's utilizing the Pathfinder. So if you would just insert a shape, a rectangle, and select the entire presentation, and snap the rectangle to that presentation, open your layers palette, blow up and scale up the picture that you had before, select both images, go to the Pathfinder tool, and use intersect. And now you have it perfectly cropped to all of the sides. Now I want to insert an area where we can animate some icons. I'm going to insert these on the right side of the screen, and I'm going to also use a white border circle just to show kind of the area that the icons will be animating into. So here I'm going to select no fill, and the outline would be white because I think this would really stand out nicely against the background of the color. I'm going to use the outline that's white because I think it would stand up well against the background of the image. Now I want the actual icons of whatever I'm going to use to animate into this white circle, but I also don't want it to show anything within here coming in from the bottom. I'm just going to use a simple icon example from the PowerPoint presentation. You can always find your own online or wherever you'd like, but here I'm just going to select a simple speech bubble. I'm going to change the speech bubble to white. And you want to center the objects together. You can use the Pathfinder tool. Center it to the center and then center it to the middle. Now I want this icon to fly into this circle. Open up your animation palette. Zoom into the animation palette so it's easier to work with. Once you have the animation, I typically like to do a second long animation. Open up the effect options. And from here, I want to add a really nice smooth end. So when it animates in, it ends in a really nice smooth fashion. Let's take a preview. Now as you see, the actual speech bubble icon came over the picture and also over the white circle. What we want to happen is that the white circle contains just the animation and we don't see it fly over the image. So what we're going to do here is a few cropping techniques. So first, I want to take the circle and duplicate it, either Command C and Command B, or just hold Control and drag the circle over to the right. Now I want to take both of the circles to make sure that they are aligned exactly on top of each other. Center and middle. As you can see, we kind of lost our positioning here with the speech bubble, so just kind of line that back up to where you'd like it to be. Now we're going to open up our layer palette, turn off our previous circle, select our new circle, and go to Format, Shape Fill, and we're going to make this completely white just to kind of give us the fill. And we're also going to take our background image, hold Control, mouse click down and drag to the right or left, whichever, and then use your Pathfinder tool to make sure that the image is centered with the slide. Go back to the layer palette, drag the image underneath the circle that you just created. We're going to turn off our other picture here. Select the picture that you just copied, select the new circle, and go to Subtract. So now we can see through the actual slide here. We cropped a circle out of our image. You can turn back on the image that's in the background and also turn on the oval. We want to make sure that our oval is on the top of the picture. And we also want to make sure that our graphic is underneath the image that we just cropped. And now you can see the actual speech bubble animate in through the picture and into the circle nice and cleanly. Awesome. Now we're just going to add a little bit of typography here just to kind of supplement the slide. Typically I like to use the keyword. I want it to be the most prominent part of the type. It's going to be the largest. Now let's try to select let's turn on our guides and just make sure that our type is aligned to the left properly. And try to find a nice mixed typography here. Now as you can see here, some of our typography is kind of blended in with the background. Some ways and I like to counteract that is to insert an object behind that, such as a blur, a feather, a mask, and this will help the typography pop from the background. So let's add a new circle. We're going to make the circle black, no outline, and then we're going to go into the shape effects and give it some soft edge. And we're also going to go to the format object, go to the fill, and turn up the transparency a little bit. We also want to make sure that this is behind the typography that we just created. Now you can tell that the typography is now popping off the background a little bit easier, and it's easier to read. Let's add a little animation to the type. We're going to add a fly in from the left. We can open our animation palette, make it a second long, effect options, add the ease. Just do a little test. Okay, we want everything to kind of come in together. Kind of do a little bit of tweaking here, make sure everything's aligned properly. And here we have it. We have a simple slide with a nice use of typography with two different types of type, and we have an icon usage and animating in our circle. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comment section and I'd be happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching.